Welcome to the procurement demonstration. The procurement demo is targeted towards an organization that would like to analyze their spending and contracts. This demo is cross-functional in that it can be used across various industries and organizations. In this video, we will walk through a storyline of how an account payable manager can review the company's spending to see how much of the spending is managed by procurement and to make sure payments are being made on time. As an account payable manager, I periodically check the procurement application to get a sense of how the organization is spending. I begin by taking a look at the dashboard. On the dashboard, I can see how much my organization has spent as a whole the past 3 years across all regions. Since we are in 2013, I will select 2013. Notice when I select 2013, 2011 and 2012 are grayed out. This is because 2011 and 2012 are not associated with my current selection. In ClickView, selections are highlighted in green, associated data is highlighted in white, and unassociated data is highlighted in gray. So far this year, the majority of the organization's spending has been managed by procurement at more than 95%, which exceeds the goal of 90%. This is good because the organization's preference is to have spending handled by procurement. Looking at the other KPIs on the dashboard, I see 2 items in red that catch my attention: on-time payments and PO coverage. The goal is for 80% of the payments to be on time, and the dashboard is indicating a little more than 56% of the payments have been on time so far in 2013. The organization is below the 60% goal when it comes to PO coverage as well. In fact, we have barely met half of the goal to have PO coverage with our spending at a little more than 30%. It looks like we do have contract coverage most of the time at more than 68%, exceeding the 60% goal the organization has set. Let's move on to the Spending tab to see how the spending is across regions within the organization. I can see that Austria spends the most, but it does the worst in making their payments on time. Let's take a look at the Payments tab to get a better handle on why we are not meeting our organization's goal for timely payments. At the top of the payment sheet, I can see that as an organization, we have over 38,000 payments that are currently overdue, and 1.2 million euros that is not paid as of today, and this is just this year alone. We owe over 2,000 vendors, and our average arrear is 3.12. I would like to clear my date selections to see just how far back our debt goes. The astonishing part is that some of our debt dates back 2 years. In this bar chart, I can see past due amounts that have not been paid in red and upcoming payments that have not been paid yet in green. This allows me to prepare and make sure our cash flow is right. I can see that we have payments that were due as far back as January and February of 2011. I wonder if one region tends to make their payments later than others. In the previous chart on the Spending tab, I was able to see that Austria only made 25% of their payments on time. If I take a look at the due date accuracy line chart, I can see that all the regions tend to make their payments on time or before the due date. Czech Republic and Slovak Republic tend to pay 1 to 3 days before the due date. Austria, Hungary, and Ukraine tend to pay on the due date. But Austria and Hungary tend to make more payments after the due date, more than the other regions. When I expand the payment straight table at the bottom of the sheet, I can see details about the payments. They are sorted by due date, so I can see due payments dating back 2 years across multiple regions. If I sort by the amount to see how large some of these payments are, I can see that they are indeed some large outstanding payments. Either some payments have fallen through the cracks, or as an organization we are not documenting these transactions as being paid. With these larger amounts, I wonder if there are blocks on some of these vendors where we intentionally are not paying them. I will export this chart to Excel so we can investigate these payments further to determine if they are actually paid, blocked, or not documented. In this scenario, an account payables manager used the application not only to see the organization's spending, but to also compile a list of vendors that have not been paid so that they can be followed up on. Thank you for taking the time to view the procurement video.